Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Grizzly Bear Sims and Grizzly Bear Farms. Yep, you're looking at a new map that I'm playing. I've been playing this for probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours to date. I saw this first previewed by our good friend Eustace Farmer. If you have not checked out his YouTube channel and his YouTube videos, please go do so now. Um, he is a very talented individual who puts a lot of passion and just good, serious fun into his gameplay, and also has a way of explaining and teaching things that I certainly am appreciative of having someone like that in our community. So again, this is Old Streams Map, and this is by Black Sheep Modding. Now, in my Goldcrest Valley series, and by the way, that's not going anywhere. Jim Bob, Billy Bob, and Stan are busy farming away, and I think we've got, oh, I don't know, 3 or 4 episodes that I've recorded that I've yet to release. So this will be a pretty good segue to kind of keep me interested in Farm Sim 17 without getting too bored with Goldcrest Valley, although there's so much work to do, it's really hard to get bored. But I saw this map, again, Eustace Farmer demoed it, and I saw a few other people give a map tour of this map as well. And initially, I sort of thought, okay, well, it was in, when I first saw it, it was in like version 1. And I had a couple of failed attempts at maps that were in version 1.0 for FS17. And but something, the Black Sheep Modding group, I've been using a few of their mods. That Bell Spike that I gave the mod review, 5 minutes or less mod review on, that is by Black Sheep Modding. There's a few other mods that they have created, and maybe just before we get started with this map, let me just quickly take you to their website, um, and you will kind of get an idea that these guys are a little different um, than your normal modders. They've got a very professional website created, um, and they've got, like I said, they've got quite a few things. Here, if we go into the download section, they've got a bell pack that we'll be using here on this farm. Not sure if we'll use the auto stack that attaches to the baler, just because I'm not real sure how much room we're going to have. But we'll take a look at that once we get to that point. And obviously the Joskin Bell loading trailer, which I've also reviewed as well, will be is a product of theirs. This guy here, I've seen this in several videos. They've got a wash station. So it's just, this is the Bell Spike that I gave the mod review. So a lot of good stuff that they have working. And if we go back to home, let's just take a look at their work in progress stuff. So a 5 pack of trailers, that's pretty cool. Um, Not sure what these are. Oh, 3-point tippers. Okay, that's pretty cool. Something you can, if you have just a limited amount of stuff, maybe like pig food or something like that, that connects to your 3-point hitch. That's pretty cool. And then the automatic loader that they're working on, I guess, converting their trailer. That's cool. That's really cool. All right, so enough of that. Let's kind of get into this map now. I have modified. I haven't modified the map itself. I've modified the starting vehicles, and I've pre-purchased a couple of fields just to give something to do. And I'll let Courseplay do its scan there. We're not doing seasons in this preview because I really don't know how long this is going to go. There's a couple of maps, there's a couple of UK maps that have yet to be released that I'm really interested in perhaps doing a little bit more thorough series on. I'm not saying that this is not worthy of, oh cool, we can do a barbecue. Um, Not saying that this map is not worthy of that, it's just that I don't want to take away attention and detail away from Goldcrest Valley right now because we're in late summer. As I'm recording this, we're in late summer, and I want to at least see that through the winter and maybe into early the next spring, just so that I can finish out that season's work. But so yeah, we have modified a few things. I've gone ahead and added 25 cows, 25 pigs, and 25 sheep to the map. And the reason why I do that is because, yeah, if you play these maps in, let's just call it career mode, where you start with whatever the mod author provisions you with in the form of equipment and obviously, you know, grain and other things like that, it takes quite a while before you can get to a point to where that you can begin doing the animal husbandry stuff. And of course, you can leave that out if you want to. There's nothing that says that you have to raise animals on your farm. But I think for me, it's a natural extension of what is about farming life. And I have a bad habit of leaving gates open, by the way. Um, it is just something that I've always done with Farm Sim. My animals are very well mannered and they know not to cross those fence boundaries. So I will try for immersion aspects. I will try to do a little bit better job in keeping our gates and stuff closed. This gate here just basically allows access to this little dirt path, which is another way of getting out of our main farm. And then we will go ahead and close this gate over here because I completely left it open. So I think it is. Maybe we have to go over here. There we go. And you use your left and right mouse button. So it's right mouse button to open it, and left mouse button to open it, right mouse button to close it. And if you want to open it partially, it'll stay wherever you have last left it. So anyway, if you want a good map review, a tour of this map, and a lot of detailed information regarding the map itself, I would suggest that you check out Eustace Farmer's channel. And he did a very good review on this map, as well as did a revision, because after he did his first map review, the good guys over at Blacksheep Modding did release an update, and I believe they have since released another update as well. So I'm running on what was the latest and greatest version of Oldstream's map as of Saturday the 3rd of December. All right, so let's kind of jump in. I'm also thinking that maybe, just maybe, the gameplay on these episodes might be a little bit shorter. I might just try to tackle kind of one thing at a time. Let me reset my track IR. And so I've upgraded a few things. Obviously, the base map by default is not going to come with this Massey. I upgraded the tipper trailer just because I really love I really love this Marshall trailer. And unfortunately, even though we've got one on Goldcrest Valley, just because of the size of the fields and everything, it doesn't get used very much. So, all right, so that's about 10 minutes worth of babbling. Let's kind of get into things. I will just kind of point out to a few things. So we'll just cut this out and we'll jump out. So our silo point for obtaining grain from our silos is through here, and our tip point is in here. So this will be interesting since my backing skills are well, how should we put this? They suck. we'll see how that's going to work out. So let's really, our first task of the day is we're going to start harvesting. We've got a field. The map pre-positions your combine up at I believe it's a wheat field, might be barley, but I think it's wheat. And so I also upgraded our harvester as well, just again because we can kind of take a shortcut. The road to the right's a little bit long around that loop. Oops, we are in Europe. So this map is based someplace in Europe, just because I know it's not in England or in Great Britain, just because we're driving on the right side of the road. Also, I want to say that I may have said something about Blacksheep Modding in this map a couple of Goldcrest Valley episodes ago, because initially when I checked this out, I was pretty excited about it, and I went out and I think I went to ModHoster maybe, and the link that they had available in ModHoster was an uploaded.net site, and you guys know how I feel about uploaded.net. And but I tell you what, I was so impressed with this map that I did go ahead and attempt to, we're not going to park ourselves in the mud hole here. We'll pull up just a little bit and we'll shut off and get out and start our combine. So I was so impressed with this map that I put on my big boy boots and put on my my complete hazmat suit, and I turned off my pop-up blockers and basically disable straw. Okay, we want straw. Okay, put on my hazmat suit and all that good stuff, and basically decided that, you know, I wanted this map so bad that I was going to you know, suffer the consequences, if there were any, with with downloading the map from uploaded.net. So let me just kind of get out here where I can see. And but the interesting thing is that for all the mods that I've seen listed on their website, while one option is through uploaded.net, just about everything that I have seen, they have given another option as well to another site that's directly hosted. So I think maybe in the future we're going to see something change, and that's all I'm going to say about it. I don't want to say anything more, but yeah, there's something possibly good in the works that's happening with relation to that. But in any event, so this map, as I said, I think you start with just a couple of fields that you own. I think you own all the grass fields. So we will be making chaff with grass for silage, and we'll probably start that the very next episode, just because we need to get over to the right just a little bit, but we need to get our silage going so that we can get our cows on mixed rations. I haven't purchased any silage bales I haven't purchased any silage bales as of yet. I did purchase a few hay and straw bales just to kind of get everything going a little bit. But you know, as I've said before, there's really no right or wrong way to play Farm Sim. Again, my approach to this map was I kind of wanted to jumpstart a few things and get some stuff going, and that's what I did. That was sort of the goal, and so we paid off the bank loan as well. I'm sorry, we paid off the bank loan as well, and then we've started ourselves off at 40,000 in the bank. I think that's what you get for normal mode. So obviously we're not doing this in an effort to see, how much money we can accrue. That's not really what our gameplay is about. We'll see how best it is to try to most all fields have a way that you can, unless you're geometry challenged, I was going to say geography challenged, but well, that might make it rough as well. But if you're unless you're geometry challenged, there is pretty much a way that you can sort of set up all of your fields where you can have some straight lines, at least for your straw pickup or your grass windrow, that sort of stuff. So we will try to do that. It's maps like this that really make me miss Auto Combine, because Auto Combine would allow for a little bit better control. The AI would through Auto Combine would do this for you. And it's not that, again, I've said this before, I don't totally automate my map or my gameplay, but I guess what I'm trying to say is the fields here on Old Stream are small enough that I think for now I can do some of this stuff myself and hire a worker, as and when necessary. But it would be nice, especially combining things like that, to have the Auto Combine, because the Auto Combine works a lot better than Courseplay for combine stuff, especially on fields that are like this a little bit. And I'll try to remember to pause and let him empty before we do our turn. I think that'll help make it easier for straw pickup. So again, I think this is set somewhere in Europe. Again, because of the driving direction on the road, it appears as such. And but where exactly, I'm not sure. Not sure if we even know. But it's beautiful. The landscape is really beautiful. The little community, the little town that is represented is quite quaint and beautiful. Our shop is just off to the left over there. I have some equipment staged that I have not yet picked up, and I will just very quickly, while that's emptying, let's bring up the map. So as you can tell, it's a small it's a small map, and like I said, you own quite a few grass fields. They're labeled as G1, G2, G3, etc. And we picked up just one additional field, I believe, or maybe two. I think we picked up field 1 and 3 just because they were so close to the main farm. But the default of this map are fields 5, which is planted in wheat, and then field 15, which is cultivated, and field 4, which is cultivated. And like I said, I picked up fields 1 and 3 just to round out um, the our map there. I should have probably put another headland in here, and I think I will. Maybe we won't screw up too much, because we need a little bit more turning room with those trees. But there are a lot of cool maps coming. I think that, you know, by the time that we give it, you know, and I know some people are more patient than others. If you want to, you know, if you want to see impatience, go to any of the farm sim community forums where they're talking about, you know, maps, you know, and showing photographs of the work in progress and that kind of stuff, and you'll certainly see level of impatience that is quite off the charts. But I think that in the next couple of weeks, I believe that we're going to see a great number of maps, some that have been brought over from FS15. So as an example, if you've not heard, Bullet Bill is bringing over, he was actually asked by Giants, I almost said SES Software, but that's a different game, right? He was asked by Giants to bring over Coldborough Park Farm, and it will have a little bit of change from what I understand in reading his forum threads. It'll be a little slightly different than what it was in 15, but still nonetheless very, very cool. And I'll be honest, you know, I had avoided European British style maps until I watched a gameplay on Coldborough Park Farm and started playing it myself, and then sort of realized the uniqueness and I suppose and Coldborough Park Farm had fields that were of relative good size. I mean, not all of them, and if we kind of pause and take a look here, I mean, most of these fields, well, I guess maybe field 5 and 12, you know, and 13 are probably the biggest fields. Field 6 is kind of odd shaped up there in the northeast corner. But as you can tell, I mean, I've stopped and talked quite a bit. But as you can tell, this is quite a small map with small fields, and so I think it sort of lends itself to be, you know, certainly single player. I'm guessing you could certainly play this map multiplayer, but it would probably get crowded pretty quick if you put more than you know, 4, 5, 6 players on the map at the same time. But you know, as you can tell, you can easily, you know, depending on your pace and kind of what you want to do, you know, with Goldcrest Valley, with the storyline and with all the fields that we own, because we've pretty much set ourselves up as a pretty much major player in the farming community, at least in the Goldcrest Valley area. And hopefully, oops, we could not make it to the end, and unfortunately, boy, it just. So what we will do is we will pull out like this. And we will grab our Massey, uncover it, and Let's see if I left enough room to squeeze in here. Let's see. Let me just do it like this, which is the way I should have done it to begin with. All right. So let's see. But as you can tell, as I'm sort of crudely demonstrating, one man can, or woman, could easily, farm this and have a great time. And this is kind of what this map is for me. This is just sort of a relaxing. Not that I won't lie to you. I have fun doing Goldcrest Valley. If I didn't, I wouldn't do it. If something becomes too much like work with me, I won't do it, because the simple fact is that I've worked hard all my life, and I work hard Monday through Friday, and yeah, if something becomes like work, then I won't do it. Simple as that. So let's just resume where we left off. I am starting to get used to shuttle control, finally. If you watched my Goldcrest Valley series, the last few episodes, I've been using shuttle control, and I've sort of been a fish out of water with it. I was still sort of stepping on the brake pedal to reverse. That's kind of how I had things set up, and I had things set up that way because, quite honestly, in Farming Sim 15, I never thought of using my Logitech G27 shifter handle, because otherwise that pretty much goes unused in the game. And so I set that up in 17 so I can, more or less move the shifter handle down to toggle the shuttle control for reverse, and I can move it forward to go forward. So it's a little more realistic. I don't know what shuttle controls look like these days, but when I used to do a bit of agricultural work a long time ago, they were it was kind of a handle, if my memory serves me correctly, which sort of worked in the same principle as the gear shift lever, the way, or at least how I have it set up. I think it was on the steering column. I forget what type of tractor we had there on the farm that I worked on. But my God, I mean, that's been 33 years ago, something like that, if my math is correct. So I've slept one or two times since then, and I can easily forget what I had for dinner the night before. So remembering something exactly the way it was over 30 years ago is going to be a challenge. All right, well, we're coming up on the 30-minute mark, and to be quite honest, that's kind of what I had in mind. from maybe these episodes, just because I kind of thought that I would break these down into smaller chunks. You know, right now for Goldcrest Valley, we're doing about an hour episode because we're sort of doing a lot of different things, and of course we have bigger fields. So, you know, in order to harvest, even if I harvest it myself, it still takes the better part of, you know, probably 45 minutes to do so. And so so here we're coming up on the 30-minute mark. Now I spent about 8 minutes or 10 minutes or so with the introduction and talking about the Blacksheep Modding group. So I will just sort of let this go. We'll finish this harvest, and then I'll cut this video. We'll grab that as a thumbnail. So it is, I just figured it out. I thought it was drive control that was causing the F1 menu error. It's actually HUD hider, because I just hid the HUDs. I did Control 1 to hide all the HUDs on my screen, and now the F1 menu is broken. So it's actually HUD hider. I need to go and see if there's an update for HUD hider, because something with HUD hider, maybe it's with 1.3.1, or maybe it's another mod that's installed. But something about that doesn't like the F1 menu. And of course, I'm talking about what I had been experiencing in the last couple of episodes of Goldcrest Valley that I did. And if you haven't been watching that series, then you may not know what I'm talking about. But I had experienced a problem in one of the most recent videos that I recorded, which as of today have not been uploaded to YouTube. But I had noticed that when I was doing something, and then I would pull up the F1 menu, I would have this problem where basically the only option that it showed me was stop engine. But if I could remember the commands, like lift the header is V, stop the combine is B, and fold up the combine is X, but we've got to go empty before we can do that. And then, of course, as soon as I restart the game, the F1 menu starts working again. And I thought it was drive control, and so I updated drive control. And of course, I never saw this until Courseplay came out. And I'm not saying that Courseplay is the problem, but that is what the issue is when I hide my HUDs. Alright, so I've babbled on enough here. I am going to, off camera, take the header off, put it on the header trailer. That is a little bit of a process in doing that. For whatever reason, the header trailers in the game want to be a pain in the backside. I have found that if you, hopefully you can kind of see this, if we unfold the harvester You notice how the harvester squats down in the back? So that helps when loading the header onto the trailer and taking the header off of the trailer. But still, the clearance, and this isn't a mod. Yeah, while this is a modded header, I've had the same problems with the in-game headers as well, getting them on and off the header trailer. And of course, in Goldcrest Valley, we've got the nice big 45 footer that's got the built-in wheels. But I really think that's sort of overkill for this map. But it's still a bit of a challenge in dealing with getting the headers off the trailers. And the only thing that I have found again is to unfold the harvester, because it will squat down in the back, which lifts the header up slightly. But maybe Giants needs to work a bit on that. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching, and I look forward to you coming back for another episode here on Old Streams Map, and yeah, having fun. So, thank you so much for your likes and your subscriptions, and I hope you return very soon. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.